Hi everybody, it's Kathy Kia with a Google Minute. This week I am going to focus on Google Drawings. It has many uses from grades K through 12, and I'm just going to show you a few. And I do have some templates, and if you're interested, just send me an email and I will share the templates with you. So I have created I have a diagram here of a heart that I want my students to label. So I found a picture of the heart. I put some rectangles in there and some arrows, and I'm just going to show you how easily it's done. I'm just going to go to Insert, Image, and I had already searched for an image of a heart that is, I thought was okay for the kids to label. Then I'll just move it and drop it in here. And now I want to make some basically text boxes, some rectangles. So I'm going to go to Shapes, Rectangles, and I'm just going to click and drag on my keyboard, my mouse pad, to make a rectangle there, and then I'm going to give it a different fill. And before I click off of it, I'm going to duplicate it because I want a few of these. So I'm just hitting Command D, or you can do Control D depending on the computer you're using. And I'm going to do the same thing with arrows. I want to point to the item I want the students to name. So I'm just going to click on the arrow, just going to drag, and I want to make that a little bit bigger so you can see what I'm doing. And let me change the color as well. Alright, so again, same process, Command D or Control D to duplicate it. Then you just want to, put, whoops, I always forget that, to go back here. And to do that, let me get rid of this. Just put your rectangle out there, put the arrow where you want it to go. If it's not pointing in the right direction, you can just easily click on it and move it. So you're just clicking on these little circles. Just drag. So you get the idea. This one's not facing the right way, so I'm just going to click and drag on that circle. And I can even stretch it out if I wanted to. And I have one already. So the students, you would give it to them. If you want to do it in the classroom, you could make a copy for all students, so every student has their own. Or if you had a view only, so they're not editing yours, they would have to go make a copy under file. And then they would just click once here and to fill in the labels. So they would just simply label it and turn it back into you. Now there's other uses. We have phases of the moon, and the students can put the moons in order. And if you wanted them to show how they are sequenced, you could have them come over here and get an arrow, and they can draw one arrow to the other. Now to make this an arrow, because that was just a curved connector, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to choose arrow, and I didn't choose this one because that is going to be where the line started and this is where it ends. And you can see that it already has a little arrow tip on there, and I'll make it bigger so you can see it. And so the students can just go around and connect their arrows from one, oops, sorry about that, from one to the other. Curved connector, make it an arrow, and it's as easy as that. I have one for algebra, so negatives are over here. They would just click and drag. You can click and drag the yellow circles for negatives, and we want 3 positives when you're going to put them right on top, and they're going to shade orange. And what's left are the negatives. There are 2 left. 1, 2 negatives. Answer is -2. K students, or 1, just drag and drop, sorting out the different symbols here. Just drag and drop them in there. I have tangrams that the students can take and to turn them around. It's going to be the Option and the arrow keys, and there's ways to nudge it too. I do have the directions for that if you'd like, and they would just, you know, take in the pieces and just rotating them and putting them on. And if they're doing like word study, I have all these templates, and there's so many of them. If you're interested, there's Venn diagrams, there's shape sorters, there's all kinds of things, even checkers, pattern blocks. I mean, the list goes on and on. So if you'd like me to share these with you, just send me an email and I will. Until next week, thanks for watching.